We are going to have exam soon. Yes, Queen.
I think non-binding does mean no effect of the government.
No, that's not definition. That's not explanation. By mean you tie, right? You tie together. In this case, in Vietnamese, giá trần có hiệu lực, right? Giá sàn có hiệu lực. But what does it really mean by binding and non-binding? Very simple. If government impose ceiling, let's take this one. Let's take this example. That's the reason. That's the reason. But before we have that reason, what should be the cause? What is the cause? Now, suppose this is the floor. Is it binding or non-binding floor? Is it binding or non-binding floor?
This
In this
is
situation,
binding.
binding or non-binding floor. Remember floor. Binding and non-binding. This is the binding or non-binding floor.
Non-binding.
Right, exactly. This is non-binding floor, right? Non-binding floor. Because why? Why do we call this one is non-binding floor? Exactly, exactly. So when the government floor, right, legal minimum price below equilibrium, it is non-binding floor. So someone asks you, what is non-binding floor? It means that when government impose minimum legal price below the equilibrium, we call it non-binding. And when it's higher than the equilibrium, then it is binding. Why? Because with this high price, the consumer willing and able to buy this quantity only. Right? And even though the seller willing and able to sell this quantity, however, the buyer willing and able to buy only this one. And therefore, what's the problem we have when we have binding price floor? What's the problem we may have? Yes, just say it. Shortage of surplus. Are you sure? Why do you say surplus? Surplus means excess. Excess. Exactly, right? So when supply more than demand, right, we call excess supply, and that means surplus. That means surplus, right? So remember, the binding price floor when the legal minimum price is higher than equilibrium, right? And it will cause the excess supply or surplus. Now this is the floor, right? And if we have ceiling, now if we have ceiling like this, then if we have ceiling like this, right? And then we call if we have a ceiling like this. If we have ceiling like this, right? So if we have ceiling like this, then we have the non-binding ceiling, right? If government impose legal maximum price higher than equilibrium, then we have non-binding price ceiling. However, if this ceiling is below, right, then this is what we call binding price ceiling. And what will be the problem with this? What will be the problem with this? What's the problem with this?
It has a shortage.
We have shortest, all right? So in this case, the shortest, and it will cause the dead weight loss. And that weight loss will be the shape of this triangle, all right? Okay, so let's move to the Socrates. Let's move to the Socrates. Can you move to the question number 9? In your Socrates, can you move to question number 9? Can you? Can you move to question number 9? Nobody answered question number 9 yet. Make sure that all of you log in Socrates, room name Duy Thanh, and you can do it. Do not look at my solution, because if you just look at my solution, it's not interesting, because it's very simple. As long as you do it by yourself, and you do it by yourself, and then you will understand much better. Now, question number 9. Given market demand supply, government imposed ceiling at 9. 9, right? So if ceiling at 9, what happened? This policy will cause shortage of surplus. And how many units? Now, if ceiling at 9, and there will be shortage or surplus,
There will be shortage.
how many units?
4 units.
4 units? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 80 units. Because at this price, 9, right? So quantity demanded will be 160. Do you see it? And quantity supply will be 80. So in this question, your answer will be shortest, right? And 80. Is it okay? Now I see you have 10 people today, but only some people on Socrates. Where are you now? Where are you now? It's okay. Any questions about this problem? Any question about this problem? No, right? So we move to the next one. Number 10, given market demand supply, if government impose ceiling at nine unit $9, $9, and so what is the dead weight loss? Can you calculate how much dead weight loss? How much? Lemon, sorry, sir. So how can you have 160? Shouldn't be 320. The 160. So which one is the correct answer? 160 or 320? Which one is correct answer?
160.
How can we have 160?
Because the rice buyer is 17 and the rice seller is 9.
But yeah, seller price, not price seller. Seller price is 9. Buyer price 17. So this gap will be 17 minus 9 is 8.
Yes.
And the height will be 1, 2, 3, 4. It means 40. 40 multiplied by 8 divided by 2. The total area of the triangles will be the height multiplied by the base divided by 2, right? So the best answer will be 4 multiplied by 8 divided by 2 is 160. Okay, easy, right? Easy, right? Next, given market supply demand, right? Government imposed ceiling at 9. What is consumer surplus? What is consumer surplus? What is consumer surplus? Now, let me move to this one. The ceiling is 9, right? Is that so? All right. So consumer surplus in this case will be that the what they call trapezoid. They call the hang, right? And this consumer surplus is it? How much this area? How much this area? Can you calculate this area? This question 11 and 10. 11, right? How to calculate this one? You got a height will be 80, and the average of the two sides, right? One is 16 and another is 8, 24. So 12 multiplied by 80 is how much? 12 multiplied by 80 is how much? Is how much? Take let's take 12. Let me calculate. We have 16. No, 16. We have 16 plus 8 is 24, right? 24 is 12. And we have 12 multiplied by 80 equal to 960. Okay, some people give the correct answer already, right? It is easy, right? Easy. Raise your hand if you think this is easy. Raise your hand if you think it easy. It easy? Just one or two person. How about other people? Other people do not raise the hand and then you think it is difficult. It's very simple, right? Now, anyone, if you have any problem, let me know. So I know that what kind of problem you have. Just tell me. Don't be afraid. We are learning. We are learning, and therefore, if you have any difficulties, let me know right away. So when you tell me your difficulties, maybe I can learn from that one, and next time I will try to explain better. Don't be afraid. Just tell me what kind of problem you have when you face such a questions. You can speak either in Vietnamese or English. Any problem? Oh, nobody say anything. Oh, so is it okay, right? It's okay. So this question we answered nicely, right? The exam question will similar, right? Next, given market supply and demand, right? If government both selling at night, produce a surplus. What it produce a surplus? Produce a surplus. We have produced a surplus here. Right. So how to calculate this producer surplus? How to calculate this one? Anyone? Just open the mic and say. Don't let me speak all of the time. Be active. So this one, you have 80 multiplied by 8 divided by 2. So 80, and let me calculate. 80 multiplied by 8 divided by 2 will be many people. So you forget to divide by 2, right? So the best answer will be 300. Is it okay? Is it okay? It seems very easy, right? Any questions so far? Now, and when government price ceiling at 9, what is total surplus? What is total surplus? What is total surplus? Caps out.
1280.
Right, that's right. How can you have that number?
Consumer surplus plus.
Yes, it means you take 960, right? Plus 320, and we have 1280, right? Okay, it's okay, right? Okay, that easy, very easy, right? So in the exam, let me ask you any number. Ask you consumer surplus, ask you producer surplus, ask you net weight loss, ask you total surplus. Because we cannot ask every question, right? So for this question, I can ask only 2 questions. So maybe ask you net weight loss. Next question will be net weight loss. So this one will be 12080, right? And well, what's that? My neighbor, they have some sound. I don't know what don't know. What is it? Okay. Next question. Now, if government impose floor at 18, and if the floor is 18, all right, we have floor at 18. Then we have this one, right? And we can answer the same way, right? Consumer surplus, producer surplus, net weight loss, total surplus. Can you do it? Do I have to give you solution for this one? Be active, be active. Right. So you can see that this series question is quite simple. For price ceiling and price floor, remember, price ceiling is a legal maximum price. Price floor means minimum legal, legal minimum price. So in this one, they call price floor mean legal minimum price. And in both cases, right, it caused the net weight loss. One of the very interesting example, what will you experience so far for the last few days about gasoline market? Why we cannot pour gasoline? Why you cannot get gasoline? You know why we cannot have gasoline for the last few days? What is the reason? What is the reason why we cannot get? It is because government do not increase the price. Government say we the seller should set this price. However, the seller say with this price, I only supply this one locally, and there will be shortage. So we can explain the problem with gasoline market for the last few days, not only here, but the whole country, right? The government imposed ceiling for gasoline price. And the seller say, with this ceiling, I cannot earn profit. So I do not want to sell. And there we have problem with shortage. How to solve the problem? How to solve the problem? How Understand the problem? Remove price ceiling. However, if government remove price ceiling, what happened? The price will rise. Okay. All right. Any questions so far about price ceiling and price floor? I think you should try to answer the question by yourself. Right. It price will price like 18, 19. Okay. It's okay. Now we move to the next one. We move to the next one about question 19. You try to answer question 15, 16, 17. Now we move to 19. Any questions so far? Okay. Now, can you do the questions 19? Question 19. Nobody answered yet. Please answer first. 19, 20, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. All right. From 19 to 22, 23. You have 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes to do it. 5 minutes to do it. Okay, can we let me check. Oh, the 3 people have done it. Just Jalam and how about other people? How about other people? Can you do it? If you cannot do this one, how can you do the exam? Now, what OSB asked me, should we have the exam on this Saturday or on Wednesday next week? Which one you refer? This Saturday or Wednesday next week? Next week on class Wednesday next week, right? So tomorrow I will check with OSB because if we have the exam in class, then we do not have time to study something else. But let me check with the OSB because you have some of you may have the social skill, right? Social skill class, is it on Saturday? Is it? But anyway, try to answer the questions. Try to answer questions. Just try to answer right or wrong, doesn't matter. It correct is good, but it's not correct, then it's also good as well. So you learn from your mistake. Now, this question they say tax $6. How to do it? It either tax on buyer or seller. So as first we have this one. $6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $6. So based on this one, what do they ask? What do they ask us? What do they ask? They ask to find buyer price, seller price, and quantity. So what is buyer price? Buyer price how much? Just type on the chat. Buyer price how much? Buyer price how much? How much? What is buyer price?
Uh, 16.
Exactly, right? 16, right? And seller price? 16, right? Seller price?
7.
Why do you say 7? Why did you choose 7?
On 10.
10, right? 10, 10, not 7. Is it right? Because here, you see, the price is 10. The price is 10. It's okay. And the next question will be quantity. Will be how much quantity? What will be the quantity?
90.
Exactly. All right. 90, right? So how many people answer this question already? Oh, just some people answer. Right. 16, 10, and 19. Now, why don't you answer? If you cannot do this one, if you dare not do this one, it means that you are not very confident with the answer. But I really want to know, why you are not confident with the answer. What's the problem you have? What's the problem you have? You know, we have exam soon, but then not many people attend such a class. How can you do well for the exam? Okay, next questions. So you see my question answer right away, right? Now, given the main supply curves, government will tax dollars. That weight loss. the deadweight loss will be the triangle, right? Right. And this triangle, how can we calculate the value of this triangle? This triangle got the base will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Multiplied by 30 divided by 2, right? Equal to how much? How much? What is that we lost in this case?
90.
Right.
90.
See that some people answer 90, right? So the best answer would be 90, right? Okay. Easy? It is easy, right? Next. What is consumer surplus and producer surplus? Consumer surplus will be, I want to see your answer. Question 21. Yes, 405. Okay. I see some people answer already. This is consumer surplus after tax, and this is producer surplus after tax. Okay. Any problems so far? Any problems so far? No. And we try here is how much? How much? 405, and then 405. Okay. Next, 22. With tax revenue and total surplus. Tax revenue will be this rectangle, right? And this rectangle will have 90 multiplied by 6, not 9, equal to 5, right? And so this one is tax revenue. And what is total surplus? Let me check your answer. Not correct. Not correct. Not correct. Both the answer, Telemann and Fatford, not correct. Which one is correct? Anyone give me the correct answer for this one? What is correct answers? What is total surplus in this case? What is total surplus in this case? Anyone?
I think that is 1350.
Why you have that number? Why do you have that number?
I think the total surplus is the sum of tax revenue and both consumer and producer surplus.
Exactly. Exactly. Total surplus will include consumer surplus, producer surplus, and the tax revenue. So this one plus this one is 405, and then 810. 810 plus 540, 810 plus 540 equal to 1350, right? Is it? How many people he would answer? Right. Is it okay? Is it okay with this? And 23. These questions I have done in class. Is it right? Is it? We have done this one in class already, right? And do you now have to answer these questions? We have 5 numbers here, not 3. You give only 3 numbers, then it will not be correct answer. We need 5 answer here. That way lost can buy a price, quantity before tax, right? Quantity with tax, buy a price, and sell a price. So to answer these questions, firstly, that way loss will be equal to, right, equal to 3,000 plus 2,000 minus 4,000, right? Equal to 1,000. Now, quantity tax will be equal to tax revenue divided by tax, right? And so it will be equal to 4,000 divided by 10 will be 400. And if you want to find QB means quantity before tax. We have to find out the distance between QB and QT. And the distance between QB and QT, look at this one. The distance between QB and QT, right? And this distance will be we have like equal to that way loss multiplied by 2 divided by what? The tax. So equal to 1,000 multiplied by 2 divided by 10 equal to 200. No, this one. That's right. QT, that's right. So 400 plus, so it equal to 600. Okay, and what next? PP. So 60% will be produce a surplus, and 40% will be produce a surplus. Right here we have totally we have 3,000, and 40% is consumer surplus loss. So actually with 10, 40% will be PB will be 40 plus 4, and PS will be 40 minus 6, so equal to 44, and this one is 30. Answer. You should try. The answer should be like this: 1,400. No, 600, 400, then 44 and 34. Like only Kalaman got the correct answer. Is it easy? So in the exam, we have one question like this, 1 or 2 questions like this. So make sure you know how to do it. It's okay. All right, we take a break for 10 minutes. Take a break for 10 minutes. Before that, if you have free time, we will come to the next section about international trade. Okay, and come back at 7:40. We come back at 7:40. Okay. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, actually, I think that I should mention about this chapter before we move to the problem. Even though tomorrow we'll still learn this one, but I think that I will talk about this one, the last part of the lecture two, supply demand. Let me record this one. Don't let me disappointed, because if I keep on asking but nobody answer, it make me uncomfortable. But anyway, so that chapter two, we have five parts, right? We talked about supply demand already. We talked about elasticity already. We talked about price ceiling, price floor, tax already, and the last part is international trade. In your textbook, in your text, it chapter number 9. Chapter number 9. So the problem will be like this. Uh, there will be a situation that Vietnam have our own market, our own product. However, this product also produced and consumed in other country. One of the example will be, sugar, right? Đường cát, right? And this product, so this product, Vietnam, we have our sugar. You know how much the price for sugar in Vietnam? How much? How much? Now, if you look at Tiki, đường Biên Hòa, 1 kilo is 21,000 đồng. 21,000 đồng per kilo. And other country like Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, they also produce sugar. Now, what do you think the sugar made in Vietnam and sugar Thailand, which one more expensive? Which one more expensive? Which one more expensive? Thai sugar or Vietnam sugar? Which one more expensive?
Thai, Thai sugar.
What do you think like this?
I don't
Yeah.
know. I just did.
Just get right. Actually,
Yes, yes.
if you can just look at Shopee or Tiki, you see that the price of Thai sugar also similar. Then if it come to Vietnam, the price also lower, the same. It means that in that country, the price will be lower because the transaction cost and everything else, right? So in this case, some product, if the world price, now we have what we call the world price, can be lower or can be higher. So if the same product, if the world price lower than our price, what should we do? What should we do?
We have a shortage, right?
No, not so toxic. It's different from price ceiling, price floor. It's similar to price ceiling, price floor, but it's not price ceiling, price floor. Now, if the world price lower than our price, so in this case, we will import. Is it right? And if we import then with this low price, the total consumption, total demand will be higher. But domestic producer can sell very low quantity. It means that the we have the quantity demanded, domestic quantity demanded will be Q2. However, with such a price, local producer can sell only this amount. So what will be the problem? We will import this amount. All right. Is it good to import? Is it good to import such a product? Good or bad? Is it good to import? Now, for example, is sugar in Thailand cheaper than Vietnam? Should we import sugar from Thailand and sell in Vietnam? Yes or no?
I think no,
Why not?
because the price of sugar in Vietnam is low and we have lots of sugar, so we should not import the
Now,
sugar
what
from
if
Thailand.
price of sugar in Vietnam is higher? Let's say in Vietnam we have 21. Okay. What if Thai sugar is only 12 or 15? Should we import Thai sugar? Should we do it? So in this chapter, we have to analyze the cost and benefit for different group of people. The first group of people will be local consumer. The second one is local producer. Next one is who? Who's the next one? Consumer, producer. And in class, I also ask you that one, right? Consumer, producer, who's next? Who's next?
The government.
Government. And who's the last one? So consumer, producer, government, and who else? Who else?
Economist.
Economists, right? Economists, right? Now, some people say that currently we have the problem with the gasoline. It is because the government want low price. However, local producer will also produce gasoline, but cost is high. So for the last few years, the local gas station, they sell the product both by local product and the imported one. And the imported one is illegal. Some imported one illegal. In Vietnamese, we call smuggling. You know smuggling? Smuggling. You know what is smuggling? Buôn lậu. You know that one? And because now government restrict on the smuggling activity, and therefore we lack of supply. But anyway, in this situation, if we freely open and import a lot, who get benefit? Who get benefit? Who? Consumer, producer, government. Who get benefit from import when the world price is lower than our price?
The consumer.
Consumer, right? And if the world price is higher than our price, we should export. All right. So this chapter we will end at this one, right? So we will see that how many units the country should import or export. And when we import and export, who get benefit and who lose? They call the harm anybody else. And whether the cost overweigh the gain or vice versa, right? And what government can do in this case, right? So we will assume that this is world price, the same product with world price and domestic price. Now, if the world price is higher than domestic price, we should export. If the world price is lower than local price, we should import. Look at this case. Suppose we have a soybean market. And this soybean market, we have the equilibrium price is $4 and equilibrium quantity is 500 units. Now this is a local market and we have our local price and local quantity. However, if the world price is higher than outright, it means that in another country it's more expensive. It's more expensive, right? So in this case, if we have free trade, if we can export, right? If we have free trade, then we will export. If we export, the price will increase. But it's with this high price, local consumer buy only 300 units. But the producer can sell up to 750, in which 300 units they sell it domestically, and 450 the local firm will export, right? So is it good to do this? Let's analyze. Now, under the free trade, without trade, without trade, I mean we close economy. What is consumer surplus? What is consumer surplus? A, B. Right. Producer surplus will be C. Right. And total surplus will be A, B, C. All right. Now, if we open for trade, then consumer surplus will be, what is consumer surplus? What is consumer surplus? It's only A, exactly A. Producer surplus, BC, only BC, BCD. All right, BCD, because this local seller can sell up to this quantity, right? And they gain additional D. So the total surplus in this case will be A, B, C, D. And D will be gain from trade. Gain from trade. Now, so look at this case. As a consumer, local consumer, are you happy? Are you happy with this? Are you happy? Yes or no? As a local
No.
consumer, are you happy? No. As local consumer, we are not happy at all. So in reality, it's right. Do we have any product like this? Do we have any product like this? Have you ever been in such situation? Have you ever been in such situation? Have you ever been in such situation? Did you consume any product, and then when we export too much, then local consumer have to pay higher price? Any product like this?
Tuna.
What?
Tuna.
Tuna, right? We export that one, right? Cá ngừ, is it right?
Yes.
It's right. So because we catch a lot of fish, right, tuna, but we export too much, and therefore local consumer have to pay very high price for such a product. Exactly right. So if we just use it locally, right, So local consumer can enjoy the product with low price. However, because we export, therefore we have to pay. Now look at the consumer point of view. It's good. Now producer point of view, happy, right? Government. If you were in the situation of government, are you happy? You think government happy?
Yes.
Why government happy?
I think they can get some money from the fee or something when you export.
Yeah, suppose in this case we have no fee at all, right? Let her with, but actually it's a government. You see that? Okay, who do I want to help? Government want to help local producer. Our government want to help local producer, consumer. If local consumer yelling, "Oh, I really want to have this product, but we have to pay low price, a high price," and local producer, "Oh, our country we need job, all right? So we need create jobs. We need to sell a lot." So it depends on the objective of government. Who lobby government more, and government will follow that one because government have no benefit in this case. But anyway, that government point of view normally depend on the side they are in, right? But look at the economist's point of view. Economist's point of view. Do you think economists support this one or not?
I
Do you think
think they support
economists they support? Why?
because in the total surplus we have more the
Right. Economists say in this case our economy get additional D, right? This is the benefit for the country, even though consumer have some advantage, disadvantage, right? But look at the whole pictures. Look at the whole pictures. We get additional D, right? So in this case, economists really support the free trade. Okay, so consumer not happy, producer happy, government depends, right? But economists really support this one. Next, so in the case that the the world price is lower than our local price, so should we import or not? Now, if we get free trade, then what is consumer surplus? And then we consume 600, right? But local producer can produce only 200, and we have to import 400. Now, who happy or not? Without trade, consumer surplus will be A. Producer surplus will be BC. All right. And will be total surplus will be ABC. Now, if we have free trade, what is consumer surplus in this case? What is consumer surplus? Yes, IBD. And local producer surplus is only C. And total surplus will be ABCD. So as a consumer point of view, do you like this? Do you like this? Yes or no?
yes.
Yes, for sure. Because we got low price and we gain a lot of surplus. But as a local producer, for sure, we do not like it, right? As the government like it or not? Now this is an interesting story. Before 2016, at a time in United States, they have the president Obama. And Obama, at the Obama time, they repaired the TPP, Trans-Pacific Agreement, right? And they repair everything already. They mean that Trans-Pacific mean between United States and Vietnam and many countries in Pacific. It's an agreement that is free trade between countries. However, when Donald Trump became the president, what did he do? What did he do? What Donald Trump did? He rejected the TPP. So Obama prefers free trade, but then we came to Donald Trump. He said no. All right. So the same problem. So as economists really support free trade, but whether the government support or reject this one, it depends who they are. And Donald Trump said that I do not want to deal with this one, right? I want to bring job back to America, etc. So you see that in the government point of view, it depends. It depends, right? Right. So and we analyze this way. So in old country, they say that okay, it's good to have free trade. However, if we import too much, it will kill local producer. If we export too much, it will damage local consumer. So they will have one policy they call they analyze it's good or bad to export or import. So look at this international trade games. Who gain and who lose? We call winner and loser. As a consumer, you and I, we are Vietnamese consumer. Do you refer international trade? Do you refer international trade? Yes or no? Do you like international trade? Yes or no? Now, as a Vietnamese consumer, we have Vietnamese rice, we have Vietnamese fruit. However, do you want to try American crab, American um, products, or even Thai durians? Yes or no? We also have durian in Vietnam, right? And also Thai durian. Do you want to try Thai durians? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Why?
Yes.
Why do you want to try Thai durians?
because it's cheaper and
Because
more quality.
No, not really cheaper. Thai durian is not cheaper. So green Thai is not cheaper.
because I'm curious about what is Thai food.
Yeah, right. That's right. That's right. Right. So we really want to enjoy variety of good. So if we have international trade, we can enjoy variety of good. So like you and I, we can wear local product, right? But you also want to wear the international product, right? So this one, international trade, we bring a lot of benefit for consumer. So consumer can enjoy variety of goods. All right. So as a consumer. Now, as a producer, they can sell more. If they can sell more, so they can enjoy what they call economy of scale. It means that if they produce big scale, bigger scale, their cost will be lower. If we produce further and further, and we can expand the scale, so we can enjoy lower costs if we produce big quantity. That's why you see China. China's product, the price is very low. The cost very low because they produce very low quantity. And I read on the internet for the last few weeks. I said that it's amazing that they can order product from China in Guangdong, right? It's only 3 days. They ship the commodity from Guangdong to Saigon. right? So in this case, they can, because of big scale production, they can enjoy lower cost. And as economists love this one. Economists love competition because competition will be incentive for improvement. Competition is incentive for innovation, and therefore it will have more product and services at lower price. And especially we facilitate technology, ideas, and everything. So international trade bring more benefit than the cost. However, own country against or oppose trade. It is because some people think that they lose something. They lose something with international trade. All right. And let's analyze. So to analyze that, because some people win, some people lose. And government said that, okay, I cannot please everybody, but anyway, I have to help someone. So they have a policy that what they call protectionism. Protectionism. Protectionism means they tend to protect domestic market. Can be buyer or a seller, but they tend to protect. And there's several ways to protect. The first one is fully closed economy. Do not allow foreign product coming. For example, you and I buy uh, medical insurance, bảo hiểm y tế, right? Who sell medical insurance? We buy medical insurance from whom?
The government.
Government company, bảo hiểm xã hội, social security. But nobody else can buy that one, right? I can sell that one, right? Only government. Now you look at the insurance for your motorbike insurance. You also have only local fund, right? However, if you look at life insurance, do you see a lot of foreign firms? Prudential, right? AIA and so many Daiichi and etc. So many foreign firms. So in this case, government only allowed foreign firm to join in the life insurance, but some other medical insurance, car insurance, motorbike insurance, government doesn't allow foreign firm to be in. So it's a fully closed for this activity, right? Right. That's a service. That's service. About commodity. In the past, if Thai product import to Vietnam, they should pay the import tax. But because now we are in Asia, in ASEAN, and in ASEAN we do not import tax anymore. So the one another way is the tariff. Tariff is the tax on the good that produce abroad and sold domestically. It means that this tax is only imposed on imported item. And the last one is the amount good that we can import or export. Let's take this one. Suppose one, this is the local market and we have the work price $20. Under the free trade, so domestic consumption will be 80, local producer sale only 25. And we have to import a lot, 55. So if government import tax, right? And this tax tariff only affect the imported item. It doesn't affect the local production. So it shift the whole supply curve, imported item supply curve to up $10. And it cut with the demand and supply curve. So if government import tax, the total consumption reduced from 80 to 70, and local producer can sell more from 25 up to 40. It's good or bad? Is it good or bad? Look at consumer point of view. Consumer point of view. Do you like this? As a local consumer, do you like this tax tariffs? Yes or no?
No, no,
No. Why you say no?
because the price is higher.
Yeah, the price high. So when Donald Trump became the president, he stopped TPP and he imposed high tax on Chinese products. And a lot of American people are not happy because in the past they pay low price. Now they have to pay higher price. So they are not happy with this one. Right. So local consumer not happy. Local producer happy with the tariffs. Happy with tariffs?
Yes,
Yes. They get additional benefit, right? As a government, think government happy with this? Government happy? Government impose tax, and for sure, government will earn tax, right? However, look at the economist's point of view. Economist's point of view. Think economists happy? You think economists happy? Economists support the tariffs like this? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? You are economists and you look at this situation, and do you like or dislike this tariff policy? No.
I
Yes,
think
no.
dislike.
Like why?
Dislike
Dislike. Why do you
because
dislike?
the, the economists support the international trade, but
Mhm.
in the free trade it's 55, but with the tax just 30 is less than.
The point is we have to analyze. We have to analyze. Now look at this case. If we have free trade, what is consumer surplus? A, B, C, D, E, F. All right. Producer surplus is only G, and total surplus will be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now, if we import tariffs, then what is consumer surplus? AB. What is producer surplus? What is producer surplus? CC. Tax will be this one. How and total surplus will be A, B, C, C, E. A, B, C, E, C. And we raise questions who get D and F. D and F become the dead weight loss. Dead weight loss. Why? Now, D originally it is consumer surplus. But now it is nobody get it. And it become the cost of local firms. Therefore, this one they call the dead weight loss caused by the overproduction. Overproduction. And originally, it produces a consumer surplus, but now nobody get it. It is because of underconsumption. So D and F are that weight loss, but the nature are not the same. So economists do not like this one because it creates that weight loss. That weight loss. Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Now look at this case. In the exam, I give you diagram like this, and I ask you any number in the model choice exam, right? I ask you to find. So let's start with it. We have three situations: closed economy, free trade, and tax. Right now, you can fill in the number. Do we need to take a break of 10 minutes for you to do this one? And after break, we will work on this one. It's okay. We take a break and come back at 20:30. It's okay. We take a break and come back at 20:30, and we study up to nine something. Okay. Do you agree to take a break now? Raise your hand if you agree.
Yes.
And we take a break. And during break, you can do this one. Okay. Take a break and come back at 20:30. Okay. 10 minutes later. Okay. Okay, welcome back. Are you back? Raise your hand if you're back. Raise your hand if you're back. Okay, good. Two classes, we have about 50 or more students. But then normally in the online class, I see is only like 20 or something, less than that. All right. Because this is the first semester, you haven't seen the result after the first semester that 50% fail or 60%, 70% fail, and then you will realize that how important attending class will be. Okay. Now look at this case. We have three cases. The first case will be closed economy, no international trade. The second case will be freely opened. There's no restriction at all. And the next one will be tariffs. We have one more case is quota, but we will analyze quota later on. And so if the world price is $40 and the supply demand like this, right? And government import tax $30. And then we, based on the data, we can draw the diagram like this, right? We draw the diagram like this. Now, if we close, the price will be 90, right? Free trade, the price will be 40, right? And tax will be 70. So is it okay? Make sure that you know why do we have the three number here. It's okay. You know, it's okay. Raising if you think it's okay with this. Know the reason why we have three number like this. It's okay. Good, right? Now, and we have three situations. If we have closed economy, the total demand will be 90, and free trade will be 140, and tariffs will be 70. So you know 90, 140, and 110, right? In which the domestic suppliers can sell 90 if they fully closed, 40 if it's free trade, and with tariffs it will be 70. 90, 40, and 70. So if we have closed economy, this one will be 0. Closed, we do not import. With free trade, we consume 140, local producers sell 40, so we will import 100. And this one we import 40. Okay, so far you know how to find the number like this. In the exam, I give you the similar situation like this, and I give different world price, different tax, right? And I will ask you to calculate the number. Now, if we close economy, do we have tax? Do we have tax if we close economy? Tariffs. In this case, tariff. This one tariff, right? Tariff. Right? Do we have tariffs in case of closed economy? Yes or no? No, right? Free trade. Do we have tariffs? No as well, right? With tariffs, so this is the total areas of the tax revenue that government can collect. So this amount will be 330 multiplied by 40 will be 1,200. Okay. Now, consumer surplus. If we have closed economy, the consumer surplus is right. And this is consumer. Let me do this way so you can. Okay. Let me do this way. Let me erase everything. Okay. Now, if we have this situation, and I will add something. Consumer surplus in case of the closed economy, is it? And consumer surplus in case of free trade. And consumer surplus in case of the tax, all right? Is it okay? Is it okay with this? Okay. So in case of the closed economy, in case of closed economy, this one will be 90 multiplied by 90 divided by 2. In case of free trade, will be 140 multiplied by 140 divided by 2. Is it right? And in case of tariffs, it will be 110 multiplied by 110 divided by 2. Is it right? Do you know how to do this one? Do you know how to draw diagram in the slideshow? Have you ever tried this way? Have you ever tried to draw diagram like this? Okay, this is consumer surplus, right? And producer surplus. Producer surplus, you have to draw another one, right? Producer surplus in case of closed economy. Right, let me take color, will be yellow, and I will make it transparent. Okay, so this is the producer surplus if we have closed economy, right? And it's the producer surplus if we have free trade, and the producer surplus if we have tariffs. So when you can easily calculate that area, right? Now, this is the most important question that we lost. If we close economy, do we have that we lost? Anybody? If we close economy,
No.
do we have that we lost? No.
No.
The answer is, now before we calculate that we lost, so what is total surplus if we close economy will be the sum of consumer surplus, producer surplus, and tax, right? So this is total surplus in case of closed economy, free trade, and tax. Look at this one. If we close economy, our total surplus less than this one, and even less than tariffs. So therefore, if we close economy, the total surplus is lower than other cases, and that we lost. We'll have less surplus than other cases. Think about this one. If we freely open, we gain CEFH. Is it right? We get CEFH. However, if we close, nobody get this one. Nobody get this one. And because nobody get this one, this is the dead weight loss when we fully close economy. And there's a difference between total surplus of closed economy and free trade. So this area will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5, even 50, multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 multiplied by 5 divided by 2 is 2050. And that we lost by the tariffs will be two area we already mentioned. All right. So in the exam, normally student got a wrong answer on this one. The debt weight loss by closed economy is not 0, but the same value with the gain from international trade. Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Questions so far? All right. So this activity would tell you how to identify the debt weight loss, the consumer surplus, producer surplus, and the difference. Any questions? Now, what if the world price is higher than our price? If the world price is higher than our price, and so we export, right? And we also have 3 cases, whether we fully close with free trade and tariffs. And the analysis will be the same, right? The price, the closed economy, right? Free trade and the tariff. Domestic demand will be this one, 90, right? 40, 40 and 60. Domestic supply will be 90, 140 and 120. So in this closed economy, no export, free trade, export this amount 100, and tariff, even the export tax, we will import export 60. Now, if we have closed economy, no tax, free trade, no tax, and if we export, the government can collect this one. So the same for consumer surplus. Now, in case of consumer surplus, so we have to look at this one. Now, consumer surplus, if we have closed economy, right, this is a consumer surplus if we have closed economy, right? And let me make it change first. All right. Now, this is the case of closed economy. If we have free trade, this is consumer surplus, and this is the tariffs. In case of tariff, this is a consumer surplus, right? Okay, make sure this one tariff, and this one is free trade. This one is tariff, right? And producer surplus. Producer surplus will be the triangle below this one, right? And make it color different colors. All right. So this is the case producer surplus when we have closed economy with free trade and with tariff. And you know how to calculate this one, right? And the net we lost will be this one. Right. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Now the point will be, even you see this situation. What happened? What happened to many economy? To many economy like Vietnam, because world price as too low, and local firms say that it's not profitable to to produce and compete with imported items. So you know what happened to local firm? Anyone tell me what happened to local firm? What they have done? Anyone? The local firm will do what? They will not produce anymore, and they simply import and sell. Do you notice that in realities, many local firms do not focus on production anymore, and they simply focus on import and sell. Okay, and that's the situation. If all local firm simply import and sell, what happened? What happened if they simply import and sell in local market? What happened? What they normally do? And if local firm just simply import and sell in our economy, our production economy, our manufacturing industry will not develop. All right. So that's the problem. So therefore, you see that we analyze this case, right? And that is the two cases. So the last way is the quota. Quota is a way that government do not import tax, but government just restrict the amount of imported item only. For example, if we have free trade and closed economy like this, now if a government said, I do not import tax, but I just allowed import 60 unit. So if government allow import 60 unit, 20, 40, 60, and it shift the whole supply curve to the right, and it cut with the demand curve like this. So this will be the same as this one, right? So this one will set up the new price. The new price will be 60. Total demand will be 120. Domestic supply can sell up to 60 units, and we will import exactly 60 units. And government cannot collect any tax at all. Who get this one? Who get this one? Who get this one? Anyone tell me who get these areas? Who get this area? Are you there? Who get this area? Who get this area? Who? Nobody know. Who get this area? Yes? Who get it? You and Lộc. Who take this one?
I think consumer.
No. Consumer do not take this one because the new price it is. The new price it is. Consumer have to pay 60, not 40 anymore. Consumer do not get this one.
Producer.
Producer only get this one. Producer only get these areas. Okay. So who take this one? Because if we have tax, we have tariffs, right? Government take this one. But in this case, there's no tariffs. Who take this one? take this one?
Nobody take this one.
Nobody? No. Someone take it. Someone take it. You know who? Who has the right to import? We earn this one. They import. They have a right to import, and they sell high price. So in Vietnam, for the company who has the license to import, they earn a lot. Come back to the case of Vietnam. Vietnam got the right to produce all this everything, right? So they import and they sell. They got a right to import and sell. And when they have the right to import and sell, they earn the difference between the price they sell and the price they import. They do not have to produce, right? They just pay the world price, and they sell with the price of with the market, right? So those imported firms, the firm that is allowed to import, will earn a lot of money. All right. So this is an interesting point, right? And also, we got the same impact. The tariff, exactly the same. However, total surplus will include this one, because this one local firm earned this one, local firm. All right. So that you see that different way: closed economy, tariffs, quota, the three way to restrict. Hugh, what is your questions? Your questions? You have a questions? Okay. My conclusion, even though we say that so far we say international trend is good, but our own country, they against our restrict trade. Some of the reason will be sharp argument. Sharp argument means we have to protect local job. However, in reality, if we buy something, we can have another job. So American company, they move on production activity to China or Vietnam. So Apple focus on that. Apple do not produce in the iPhone, right? China and Vietnam producing. What Apple do in United States? What they do in United States? They focus on what? They focus on designing and selling. That earn a lot, because an iPhone only $300, but it sells $1,000, right? So in this case, the focus is create job in terms of designing and selling product. Okay, and the second argument will be to protect young firm, infant industry. Infant industry mean young firm, and young firms like we have to. But in Vietnam, government protects young industry for many years. It's still young, like automobile industry, car industry, insurance industry. Government protect a lot, but still be the same. There's nothing improvement. And this is normally the case. And that what I say, dumping pricing. Vietnamese is one. Dumping pricing. Dumping pricing. In Vietnamese, what is it? Do you know what is dumping pricing? What is dumping pricing? Bán phá giá. They sell the product with the price even lower than the cost. And Vietnam have a lot of cases that the other country sue Vietnam do the dumping pricing, and the same we can do the same for other country. So that's what they call unfair competition. And sometimes they use the way that, okay, if you buy my product, I will buy your product. So the kind of way we create the bargaining powers between countries. And the last one seems to be very important. That is the national security, because if we import too much, right, it kill domestic production. if we export too much, we do not have enough product for local consumer. So one of the very reasonable reasons would be national security. Anyway, all countries in the world restrict trade. All right, now can you do the question before we stop? I have a poem. Question number 1. Can you see the poem? Can you see the poem?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's do it. The first questions refer to figures. Suppose Iceland changed from no trade to international trade. If the world price is $5, then this policy change will result in who gain, who lose. I see only one vote here, and D. Now, when we change from close to open, who gain? Consumer gain or lose? Consumer gain or lose? Anyone tell me? If we change from close to free trade, in this case, consumer gain or lose? Consumer gain or lose? Consumer gain or
Lose.
lose? Because consumer, if we have closed economy, consumer surplus A, B, C. Now consumer have only A. So decreasing consumer surplus? Yes. But how much? Now consumer lose B, C. B, C, how much? It's a triple Z. It one side 20, 30, and it's exactly 25. Oh, A is the best answer. All right. A is the best answer. And number 2, refer to figure. It changed from no trade to free trade. The world price is $3. Result in reduce the surplus, increase the degrade. Reduce the surplus, increase the degrade. Now let me learn some questions. Reduce the surplus, increase the degrade if we change from no trade to free trade. We change from no trade to free trade. Reduce the surplus, increase the degrade. Anyone? If we change from no trade to free trade, reduce the surplus will increase the degrade. Just tell me decrease or increase.
Decrease.
Decrease. How much? Which part? EF. EF how much? EF 30 and 15. So the average will be 22.5. Is not correct. All right. Increase consumer surplus. Yes, consumer surplus increase. But how much consumer surplus increase? These areas. This area is 35. So true or false? Be true or false? False, right? Because we increase 35, we say 45. Total surplus gain X. X is how much? 1 multiplied by 25 divided by 2 will be 12.5. So the best answer in this one is, the best answer is
It's D.
D. D, the best answer. All right. So today we studied this one. I think tomorrow I will review everything for your meeting. I really concerned. I'm really concerned that you do not well for the midterm exam, because when I ask question, not all of you can answer, right? And this is the first exam you have, right? Try your best. But anyway, review all the questions, and then tomorrow I will try to answer all the questions. Please active. If you are not, and if you do not understand, try your best, right? Just try. And then if you do not understand, let me just ask me. Don't be afraid. Don't think that your question is stupid or something, right? Just ask question. And I really appreciate if you ask question, so I know that what kind of problem you have. But if you do not ask me question, I do not know your problem. Okay, so read book, do own assignment. In the problem set, we have the problem set, and work on the problem set, and the exam is similar to the problem set we have. Okay, so see you tomorrow. And I will review and ask and answer your question. And if you want the exam on next week, tomorrow we will vote if you really want the exam on next week or exam on Saturday. So we would change that, and I would tell OSB. Okay. All right. Bye for now. Any question before we leave? Yes, love. What questions? Any question you have? No question, right? Okay, no question. We stop here. Is it okay? All right. Okay, let me turn up this one. Okay.